bullshit, ain't you? Now you on that bullshit, ain't you? 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 Now you on that bullshit, ain't you? Yeah. Yo. Yeah. Yo. Yeah. Yo. We on our bullshit. Yeah. It's too chain and torture. Yo. And we back on our bullshit. Yeah. Yo. And you don't want no bullshit. You come with that bullshit. We gon' handle that bullshit. We gon' deal with that bullshit. So come on with that bullshit. Come on with that, cause we back. We back on our bullshit. You on that bullshit, ain't you? You on that bullshit. I'm back on that bullshit. I'm back on that bullshit. Back up the full street. Yeah. Yes, Lord, we back on that bullshit. How it go?
Check, mic check. Just play something for a little while we get these mics together. Still not exactly. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, still not there. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check right there. You good? You good? Check your mic right there.
Mic check, mic check.
Yeah, yes. Welcome to Underground Sundays. I am Big Moose, bro. Oh, you can do the theme song, and then we'll come in after that.
Ain't got nothing to do with old school, new school, dirty South, West Coast, East Coast. This is about us. This is our thing. You know what I'm saying? This came from the gut, from the blood, from the soul.
It will never die. Hip hop will never die.
Somebody would step on my belly levels, hip hop's forever.
It will never die. Hip hop will never die.
Somebody would step on my belly levels, hip hop's forever.
It started for me back in '88. The Fresh Prince, my first tape. Got turned out of NWA, then Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. Tupac and Big Papa. The game ain't been the same since we lost you. Remember years later after they shot Pac up, I was sick in the head, think I needed a doctor. Thought to be the greatest, meant to be a martyr. Then Jay-Z got all the martyr. Then all the ballers had to buy a bar, put money in the game, but it's called a product. Everybody the plug now. Most of niggas is drugged out. Most of niggas is fuck boys. Heard to the grapevine that they fuck boys. Yeah, it's a lot of bullshit out. But I can't blame that on the South, cause of UGK, Scarface, Big Boy, and Andre. Get back to the real, that's what I say. Cause I'm married to the game, no fiance. If you do it for the real, brother, now mistake. Hip hop ain't dead long as I am.
It will never die. Hip hop will never die.
Somebody would step on my belly levels, hip hop's forever.
It will never die. Hip hop will never die.
Somebody would step on my belly levels, hip hop's forever.
Hip hop is the air that I breathe. Hip hop's the emotion I bleed when I feel like I'm free. Hip hop is in the core of my soul. Hip hop makes me feel like I'm whole when I'm losing control. I remember them days when hip hop was held up at a standard and everybody couldn't do it. It wasn't about foolish propaganda and hip hop gave me a sense of direction. Hip hop made me one hell of a weapon. Hip hop gave me a way of expression. Changed my life, gave me the tools of progression. Instead of sitting up stressing. Salute the hip hop, she really gave me a voice. Made the haters bow down and listen and never gave them a choice. Real hip hop lives in me.
It will never die. Hip hop will never die.
Somebody would step on my belly levels, hip hop's forever.
It will never die. Hip hop
Back in 96, my cousin used to get me in my auntie car, smelled a sticky. Marvin Gaye and Biggie playing through the speakers of a Ford Escort. Juicy on repeat. Nasir Jones, Life's a Bitch was my favorite. Niggas had tape players, music high favored. Jay-Z, DMX, Master P, make them say, Lil Wayne had the block hot, girls playing hopscotch. We tried to beatbox, then moved to a freestyle. Young Black King making music is my dream job. Feel it in your soul, feel it in your soul. Hip hop, the greatest story ever told.
around Sundays is Big Mooster Pro, and we are welcome to my hood radio station, online radio, broadcast radio. You know what I'm saying? We're sitting here today. We're going to be addressing a few little things. We're going to definitely do our music thing, but today we got our people here from Safe Passages. I mean, today we have, you know what I'm saying, legitimate, gang leaders from major sets all around the country. We also have some community leaders here also, but to just top the hour off, you know what I'm saying, we're going to bring everybody in one by one. So before we move forward, we got kind of addressed a couple little things that are going on in the city. We just got done having a community organization function that was conducted down at the Reeves Center on the south side of Columbus. We would like to show a lot of respect to Transit Arts for coming out there and allowing us to use their facilities to promote ourselves so we can kind of do a better job of policing our communities and also, inspiring our youth. So shout out to Transit Arts before we move forward, but we're going to get right into our show today. And today, you know what I'm saying, we got a legitimate, gang members in here. So we want to make sure that we show a little bit of respect. Anybody wants to call in to our hip hop call-in line is 614-781-0754. That's 614-781-0754. You can also stream us on YouTube. We will be live all day. Any questions, try to hold your questions until at least the second half of the show so we can get these guys an opportunity to express their platform live. This is Big Mooster Pro. I'm here today with my man B. Shout out to Raven Capone. He's taking the day off. He got his daughter. You know what I'm saying? All of us single fathers don't really understand it, but my bro got his 13-year-old girl dropped on him. He'll be taking care of her moving forward. See what I'm saying? So he couldn't be here today. But we're going to talk about Safe Passages, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got Mr. Sean Stevenson kind of pulled all this thing together. You know what I'm saying? But we got a special guest in the house. Tell him who you are, bro. Tell him what you do. And then we'll start going one by one. Oh, yeah. Get your headphones on. He over there like, what am I supposed to do, man? I ain't going to give me no direction. Y'all just going to put me out here?
Hey, man, I appreciate it. This is Ephraim Lately with End the Violence. We just put on a event yesterday here in Columbus, Ohio.
Give me a little bit of volume on it, B.
Local touch, global reach. End the Violence is based here in Columbus, Ohio. We had a lot of people out yesterday. Had hundreds of people out there, at the Franklin Park Adventure Center. It was a great turnout. We had visitors from LA, DC, New York, Chicago. We had some of the homies out, founders of the Bloods, in particular, Pyru, Ayatollah Marv from LA, Melvin Farmer from LA, the Crips, one of the founders of the Crips, from Chicago, Fred Hampton Jr., the chairman, the community organizer, and we had some folks from New York. We had some officials that came out from other cities to come see what we were doing here, as an example and a model for the other cities in the nation. It was a great turnout. We just had some real talk. We did registration. Talked about jobs. You got free job training made available for some people, and collected information on the needs of the community. Because one of the things we talked about yesterday is if you want to know what the community needs, man, ask the community.
That's right. Yeah, the community is the community. I think sometimes we refer to ourselves in the third party, but we are the community. We are the people who pay the taxes and drive our cars up and down the street. So let's not have a little separation. My first question is this. We were calling this a Safe Passages Summit, but this is a meeting under peace. We're not really talking about something. So what are we talking about Safe Passages? Are we speaking about the police? Is this an organization that's directly organized and thinking about other things? So I'm gonna give you an opportunity to kind of elaborate on that, explain Safe Passages and the summit and what brought Mr. Ayatollah Marv here and Melvin Farmer and our let's get into what we got here, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk about community a lot, but we got to really understand what that means. And we talk about community. We talk about police. We talk about the people in the streets. We talk about people in suits downtown. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, man, we're all people. If you remove the labels, we're all people, and life is precious. And so we're focusing on getting our own house in order. Right now we're at 56 homicides here in Columbus, and it just got hot outside. School just let out, and we're already over half. I think we're 20 over what we were this time last year. And if we don't want to become, like some of the other places, we have to start proactively addressing this stuff now. We have to come together.
I mean, 56 isn't a big number statistically across the board, so I
Yeah.
think sometimes it gets downplayed.
It gets lost, yeah. But
they
it's
don't
big for
understand
Columbus.
How small our African American community is in reference to the total population of Columbus.
Yeah, it's high.
A very small urban group.
Yeah.
So for 56, not all males, but 56 young women and young men to be dead already, and we're in June, we're not July, August.
Yeah.
It's half a year. That's a lot demographically across the board. So I understand your point. And the reason I asked you a question about safe passages and things like that, because we get a lot of people to try to associate yourselves with these type of things. And I want to make sure you guys get true separation. I'm from the streets.
Yeah.
I've done prison time.
Yeah.
I'm not a little person that had a silver spoon in my mouth. I came with the hardest way possible, period.
Yeah.
But I have made better of myself since then. And so have these gentlemen. So this is our forum for decompression and try to give a positive spin on some of these things that we didn't really get a chance to address. We were in front of the police. We were not governing ourselves, but being respectful of the environment we're in. But they're killing us in high numbers, and we need to address that directly. You know what I'm saying? So, the first of my third question is more about follow up. What is our next move? You know what I'm saying? We got these guys here. I'm glad to meet all of them. I appreciate their effort, but I don't want this to be the first time the last time I see these individuals in the city.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, going forward, we're going to do more of these events. We're already getting calls from other cities, other locales. So, putting that together. We also have some schools that want some of us to speak. We also have some government bodies that have tried and put millions of dollars into a lot of different efforts. But these are people that are, and nothing against education. I have my degree as well. But, you can't take someone with a book and paper education and come out here and think that they're going to fix what's in the streets if they have no engagement. It's not going to translate. Right.
The reason it doesn't translate, the guys in this room know this because we live a different world. We speak a different
It's theory.
language. We have a different code of ethics. Because it is, we function differently. So because we function that way, we are treated like a outside body, even in our own government. We pay taxes, but that's what we legitimately are. So I understand that, but we're financially strong as a group. We don't really have those problems anymore. So you know what I'm saying? Let's fund our own things. You know what I mean? You're right. I do like the government funding, but it comes with too many restrictions and too much red tape and too much paper.
Oh yeah, it's written into the a lot of the grants. And so what we've done, to get perspective from everyone, we've brought a lot of these different groups together. Not only these different sets and different gangs that classically have been against each other and brought them together, but we're also bringing together the community and not all, but some of the law enforcement bodies that want to see some change, because there's a lot of bureaucracy that they have to deal with as well, where they can't even fire their own if they wanted to, because there are certain bodies that prevent that. So that's not to make an excuse for them. That's just to, just like they have to get engaged with us to understand where we're coming from. We have to do the same. And we have to get our own house in order first. We spend a lot of time telling people they got to clean up their stuff, and our stuff is a mess.
Let me get you in here.
Yeah, my name is Antonio Fernandez.
Yes,
King Tone.
King Tone.
Yeah.
So let them know, man.
But when I hear you speaking, the first thing we got to do,
you get on the mic, sir.
As the individuals who are speaking about our individuals, we can't keep duplicating the titles they gave us. So we're no longer gangs, we're power groups.
That's right.
The kids in our group that you see in the corner are your nephews, your cousins. We're Crips, Bloods, and Kings, all of us. But we're your family and your community member first. Some of us have lost our way where you don't trust us to be the people you knew us to be. From the times where now we're learning from these older brothers and these dudes that have the wisdom who started these power groups, could bring them back to the forefront of the history so they learn why they were created. They were created because not another black brother was oppressing them, because they needed to get together because Irish police and Italian police would beat them with nightsticks. We didn't create the gang because we felt safe. We created because we were scared of you. So now after you scared us and made us form that we knew that one wasn't enough, that three of us were more strong if we had our own protection, then you said 103 blacks or Latinos on the corner is a gang. If I go to Long Island, I could see 5 white guys, no baseball bats, no caps, They're a baseball team. You go to your hood, you see them with the baseball caps, the gloves, they're on the field. We got to go check why they're playing on the park. This is what we do to the youth in America today. No, in the history of America, no youth was under the attack like we are attacking the Black and Latino youth in this country. The poor whites too. They have been forgotten in the trailer parks that we laugh about. They resemble the same thing, poverty. And this country's a coward because it called war on drugs, it called war on gangs, it calls war on everything but poverty. Our politicians got to declare war on every neighborhood that we see empty like this. Once we come into your prestigious neighborhoods, they're no longer the ones that you want to rent stores and fix and paint. You got to make the crime go up to chase us out. Then crime goes down. So churches, be aware of the propaganda being fed to you. And that's why they brought us. The first step was to us to win you adults over from watching TV and these reality shows, these ganglands, and come see us for real and hear who we are. We are your people. We are your protection. We are here for you. Use us, teach us, make us come back to our roots so we could defend you again and you could defend us. 2, the second part of this is that the government starts giving the credible messengers and Sean and them. Now you showed, you put on a performance. We came here, we showed you we got articulate, that we could speak, that we could dress. Now it's time that you invest for us to come and teach and find the credible messenger in each hood over here in Columbus. How do we know what ones we're going to find are real? Because we never recruited paper money. We ain't the guys that went with guys that were fake and they're just faking because they want to be in the new model. You want to be a blood, a crip, and a king because it looks good today. But when you got to stand up for what you believe in, it ain't cool no more to be a king. It ain't no cool to be it. I'm telling you kids, it's time for you to open up, listen to the people that are here, bring us back so we can start finding your credible messages, open centers where we put these credible messages in the park, we put them in the buildings, and we put them out there to recommunicate and bring our youth back to our schools, our parks, and our programs. So that's the second part y'all got to invest in. Show them that you care enough to not just bring us to talk to them, but to put the words into action and to find the ones that we can leave here so this work never ends. Violence is never going to end. It could only be monitored and kept away from it being in our kids' hands because it's forced upon them. They feel there's no other way to communicate but by striking. So I know I talk, but I want you to know that
man.
Quick fixing this. We've been beating our kids for hundreds of years. Now you want to fix it in 9 months. You give me 9 months. You gave jail 200 years of failing. When you give me a grant, you give me 9 months to fix it. If not, I can't work no more. You're no good. Come on, people, start understanding and standing for those officials that are for you. And to make it clear, man, anybody in any field I respect. If you're a mechanic, you're a cop, you're a judge, if you do it right and you do what you took an oath to be. Once you're a bad cop, a bad judge, a bad prosecutor, we will come and see you and make you be who you're supposed to be, or you leave our community.
Yeah, and I want to touch up on the authenticity piece too, as well, a little bit more. When it comes to some of the groups that are out there, I won't name any groups, but they're really good at grant writing. They're really good at putting on the dog and pony show. But when it comes to actually getting down into the community, into the trenches to really deal with the hardcore drug dealers, gangbangers, shooters, they shy away from it. And then the numbers that they produce are suspect because you have even those behind doors that I've spoken to, even those behind doors that fund some of those things. They're asking, when did they do these things? Because they work 9 to 5, 9 to 4, and they're in suits in the office all day.
That's a very good point.
So how are you producing numbers?
I'm serious.
How are you producing numbers that you're in the streets dealing with these people? And I don't see people in suits out here.
I mean, that's a very good point. The reason I say it's a good point is because it causes us to change our focus.
Right.
If we got a movement and we got the tip of the arrow and we're all moving toward this tip of the arrow, and you got people on the edge of the arrow, even if it's just the edge of it, they're slowing up progress by saying that they're helping us and they're not. I know. Like to when you write a grant, there's a 16-step process. I write them. It tells you what you're going to do. If you're expecting the money up front and you're not doing the 15 steps it takes to implement your plan to utilize the grant, you're causing us problems because now they don't trust my program.
Right.
They don't trust.
Right. They don't know enough to know the difference.
I told it because they think we're all the same.
They're all the same.
We get a second tier now because we're felons. Period.
Yeah.
Flat out.
Yeah.
I come into the door. Every meeting I go to, they say Moose is coming here. He's the music producer dude. He's from Pittsburgh. He's a street guy. So I wear that moniker with pride.
Yeah.
But it does cost me problems in my corporate life because I have to scale my street self down, which is the best part of me, in order to function in these corporate rooms, period. Even if for me to get an artist signed, we signed the kid E-Ness. He was signed under contract with Def Jam, had money, everything behind him. We were able to get his album out as an independent company for something that a billionaire couldn't do. You know why? Because I was able to talk to him. Because he's from the streets of Philadelphia, and he trusted me more than he trusted Puffy. And it had nothing to do with Puffy not having the resources.
Right.
I presented a real game plan to him without our arrow edges being pulled back. Look, bro, this is me and you. This is what we need to do. That's a useful situation.
Yeah, and engagement matters. I talk about it a lot. There in corporate life and civilian life, and dealing in this, in the streets. Talk about genuine engagement. You can't really understand a person until you sit and try to walk in their shoes.
They're not engaged with us.
They're not engaged.
They're actually the opposition to our problem.
That's why they can't tell the difference.
I'm almost thinking that they are actually working sometimes for the police. I think the police and organizations find these people as disruptors to the process because they're more effective at causing us a problem than the police are. Because our people think they're with us. This is what I'm trying to say, bro.
Yeah.
They think we're all the same. All these community organizations, when they say Black Lives Matters, that's why when you put Stop the Violence on it, you assume 16 years of failed Stop the Violence programs. Period. That's just the way it is. So
what makes yours different? Yeah, exactly.
What makes yours differently? How can I separate myself from the rest of
them? And because they lie about it, when we say, oh, well, we're dealing with, the guys in the streets and the shooters, well, so did these programs.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry. Let's open the floor up to what I'm saying, Ayatollah Marv. No, not even just that. Me and Tone talk a lot of shit. So, so we gotta open the thing up with other people, other voices, bro.
All the way here from LA.
Everywhere else, we've learned with the wisdom of an old brother good talk. Now we got to bow down again.
No, sir.
Shut up.
All the way from
LA. That's straight out of Compton. But going back to safe passage, and safe passage, we can get into the political ramifications of what white America does and grants, but you're still subjugated to that until you learn how to deal with your own. And dealing with your own, we talk about safe passage. See, we try to indict the police. We need police. We can't survive without a police system. But we've come into such a situation where our neighborhoods don't trust me no more. And I tell a girl in a minute, call your brother, call your father, call the judge, but don't call the police on me. If you call the police, you're trying to kill me. So when you call the police on your son and they kill him and you mad at the police, you sent for him. The police don't come to our neighborhoods just because they want to. We send for them. When we make a safe passage, when the Latin Kings is called and tell the police, we don't need you. When they call the Pyrus for peace and say, we don't need you. This is what we have to get back in our communities, the trust and the love. We had the Crips that they showed me something, the Roland Curtis Crips in the 30s. The leader of the Roland Curtis in the late 80s, brother, he had a big problem. They was sitting ATF and they were sitting in the communities, going in your house, putting cameras on these dudes. So Tone, he went and he started buying houses in the neighborhood, right? He bought and put all the Crips in the house on Roland Curtis. And when he put them on the house, he started having the Crips, the crackheads, all the old people, they took their trash out every Thursday. Then he got a lawnmower service and everybody in the neighborhood, he started cutting their lawn. And you know what the people started doing? telling on the police, hey, they coming. So in 90, Roland Curtis was so untouchable, the feds had to come in and wipe up 180 of them. Because they couldn't stand that. I was looking at a piece the other day, and it was saying that they asked J. Edgar Hoover, what is your biggest fear? And he said, Negro unity. Can't unite them. Keep them oppressed. Keep the Crips and the Bloods mad at each other. Give you $1 and don't give me a gram. When you go up in the record store, man, I deal with Warner Brothers. I was with Black Ground Records. I've been doing this. I was on the movie Set It Off. I worked with Mike Tyson for 2 years. I seen Dub C up in the industry with his ass tight. Ain't throwing dubs up. Huh? They'll change you. Huh? Hey, Buster said he'd never cut his dreads off. They starved him for 2 years and that nigga bald head. Huh? Ludacris. Hey, he's in a button up. Money change you. Nas was talking about 50 and told 50, you lost your hood pass, you got enough money, you got this money, you ain't got. He said the only problem with it, homie, if money don't change you, you just ain't got enough of it. 4 years later, Nas sold out for $3 million. Huh?
Everybody got rent.
You know, so when we talk about these type of things, you know the job was tough when you took it. You know? So if you're gonna stay true to it, stay true to it. Go independent, do what you gotta do. Your shit may not be heard, but you gotta keep hollering. So in this community, we got to go back to the community and convince them we're not the enemy. They didn't do it single-handed. I've done some dumb stuff in my neighborhood. Yeah, I went up in an old lady.
That's why we lost trust. We're having this conversation. All of us are here because of our decisions.
Yeah.
And so we can have this knowledge and wisdom.
So those are the things that we did. Like we were talking the other day, and I was explaining that a guy told me, he said, the only way you get wisdom, you got to be stupid first. But share your stupidity. I can't tell you about how I made it. I'm going to tell you how I didn't make it.
Right.
All of my friends are rich or dead. I'm the only one in the 60s still got to work. But I invested my time 25 years. I retired my first 25 years. Bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? So the focus was the same. It was all about the money. But they say a fool and money soon part.
Yes, sir. Right.
We need a plan. We need a plan. You know, so I'm just saying a safe passage. When we talk about safe passages, 56, that's too many.
Yes, sir.
Any dead body is too many.
That's a mother crying. That's one mother crying. One black mother crying. Two black mother crying.
Yeah.
When it's your son, 56 don't matter. One matters.
One matters. We were holding our tongue yesterday. We all were, because we were in an environment where we had to. This is not that environment, sir. What we talk about here is this is our forum. You know,
but my tongue yesterday was the same as it would be today.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't holding nothing because but it's certain things. It's certain things we have to say because talk is just like grass, bullshit.
Yes, right.
You understand me? Until I can show you. If you can say shit on this. Oh shit! You can say shit. You can say shit and fuck. Okay, I don't want to corrupt y'all city in Babylon.
Too late, man. It's all good.
But it's like what's said. We can't say it in the. Me and Brother Caesar was talking about the difference about back in the day and how did our giants become so midgety.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was like, we all brag about the Finks and when we were kings, but we crackheads today.
Yes, sir.
I ain't from Africa. I'm not from Kemet. I'm from Compton.
Yep.
And that's where I got to start from. 217. Yep. I can't rely, not what you spent, where you pay rent. Yep. So we got to build from now. You understand me? This is the situation we in. We try, oh man, we had this, they took this from us. And just like we went into a concert yesterday and some of us had a ticket. They said, one of the brothers said, oh man, they took my ticket. We said, no, you gave it to them. And then we got ours.
Free will.
We got ours. So it's like we got to start at the basics of controlling. I tell people all the time, look, blacks, especially blacks in America, we fought in every war. We've laid our life down in every war. We've done something for white America every day of our life. And out of 50 states, we didn't get one. That's bad business. We ain't asked for one, no. We just wanted to be with the white man.
Yeah.
We ain't asked for a record label. We just want to be on one.
Just want a piece.
What?
Our piece.
What piece? We don't get a piece. I want a whole pie. You making pies?
You know what I'm saying? Can't get a piece though, man.
No, we don't need a piece. I'm a fast until I get the whole pie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If I can't have a whole pie, can't nobody cook. That's what it should be. If I can't have a whole pie, can't nobody cook. Everybody else comes in here from every other country and can cook a pie. Why do we still need a piece?
Or if you start with the piece, do it with the intent, so you know how to make the pie for yourself, so you can learn.
Be really clear. Don't act like we didn't try to take some of that pie. Don't act like we stood up and fought for the pie. There was dudes that did it. You shot them down.
Right.
One by one.
You said if you dared to want more than a slice,
period,
we will imprison you. First they hanged you. Now they just put us in prison. He's saying the truth. We gotta learn to make the dough.
But see, one soldier can't kill the whole army. Just one leader is and the Japanese, when the Japanese was at Pearl Harbor, one fall, another one stand up. We can't. Martin is dead, so we can't fight no more. Malcolm is dead. Malcolm died. It didn't stop the nation. I don't care what you say about it.
And when you tell that story, say Malcolm died fighting. He was standing up.
You know,
what he believed in, they took his life.
Yeah,
he died fighting.
So he died in the cause of what his cause was.
Sir.
You know, so now you stop the cause to cry. What Malcolm said. Well, what are you saying? Why we have the fists up, we wear the t-shirts, but we don't live the life. Man, you see so many Pyrus in California, and you ask them, man, it's the hub. That's where it came from, that 10 square miles. And you ask 90% of the youngsters in there, what is Pyru about? Oh man, this our hood. I didn't ask you that. What is Pyru about? You dig what I'm saying? They don't know. Misinformation or no information at all. So these are the things that we have to grow as a people. And this thing that Sean and the brothers out of Columbus, Ohio brought here is such a blessing to see a refreshing stroke of realism. And they're gonna try to color code this, and they're gonna try to kill it off. When we get back to our cities, it may be. I know when we get back to Babylon, it's gonna be some problems. What you doing without permission? A slave leaving the plantation. You know what I'm saying?
That's so real. Besides that, let's keep it 100. Not only they gonna be hating on us, half you ass fake news gangster, Facebook gangsters, because we talking truth. Now we hot. Now we ain't real.
Right.
We were real enough to make the reputation you living on. Man. People don't fear the kings because the kings of today, they fear them because they there. They fear them of the ones from yesterday, the bloods from yesterday. Those who put in, how many years you did for this? How many?
All of them. All of them.
When you stop?
I ain't stopped yet.
You came home, OG. Relax, OG. No. Don't get in trouble, OG.
No, hey, they every day. When I got out of prison, they instead of putting a job in my hand, they was trying to put dope in my hand. Mom, go to Detroit, do this, man. I give you 20,000. My first year at home, I rode a bicycle to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles every day because I swore to myself I would change Kotex machines or baby diapers, but I wouldn't commit a felony. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times your own homies will send you down their dark alley to profit themselves. You dig what I'm saying? So everybody that say homeboy's not your homeboy. You know, so sometimes you got to stand up and do what you got to do for you.
You come on, wait. I'm waiting for some prophecy. Tell them who you are.
Come on.
I lost my voice.
There's a lot of quiet voices in the room. Where Mr. Farmer at? He had it out.
He's sick. He's sick.
I work best of Q&A, man. So let's do the Q&A.
So the first question, can I ask you a question?
Yes. Oh, no doubt about it.
I see something that destroyed my life, right? All my life, because my father worked hard and he was a bread man, and I seen the other dudes were better than me. I hated my father for being poor. So I looked for another man to make me rich. Not with values, but with that American dream. And then I seen you today, you made a video dedicated to your Father's Day. You don't even know, your man showed it me. I want you to talk on this. And it broke my heart, because your father wasn't there, and he gave his life for this. And you said, but even though you were never there, and I only here for a short time, I still choose you. Even though you were missing, and it wasn't your choice, I still picked you.
Man, right on. I'm glad you took this. Okay, man, right on. This is Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. Live and direct with y'all. You know, I just want to sit on the premise with this. It's good to be here, live and direct with a lot of living legends in their own right.
From Chicago, yes, sir.
Based out of Chicago, which is infamously references
Chirac.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's, we add on to the old adage, old saying, say God created Africans to man convey niggas. We add on to that, we say the man's machine manufactured Chirac is done by design. But peace, we're talking about, it's a piece of, y'all Google it too, it's called Dear Daddy. It's a poetic piece, you know what I'm saying, acknowledging that of Chairman Fred. And just for the benefit of those who may not be familiar for me, once I come from myself, I feel fortunate to follow from the trio of two freedom fighters, Chairman Fred Hampton and also Vakua and Jerry, one known as Deborah Johnson. Chairman Fred was a deputy chairman for the state of Illinois, the Black Panther Party, largest chapter of the Black Panther Party in the country, but he had to do throughout the world. He was assassinated. He didn't die. In fact, it was a big old thing. We ran up on stage and tweeted sent on Jay-Z in regards to he had made a song saying that he arrived the same day Fred Hampton died. We had to correct him about that. You know, I don't want details how he corrected about that, but we say everything is political, words and terms, everything. You know what I'm saying? The sister said one time at DePaul University, she said President John F. Kennedy was assassinated when Fred Hampton died. The deal, everything, it devalues our pain. You feel what I'm saying? So it's important we put it in correct political context. Chairman Fred Hampton, particular Mark Hunter, was assassinated. And
right, everybody dies, but not everybody assassinated.
And I'm gonna say this too. It's like it was happening in Chirac. It's a microcosm of what's happening in every other community. What happened to Chairman Fred Hampton, you know what I'm saying, the state, the system, the government, it took my father in a graphic way. It blatantly came on assassinated him at 21 years old. But the deal is, we are all subjected to a system that take all of our fathers in one way or another, whether it be the string them out, punk them out, lock them down. You know what I'm saying? One way or another. You know what I'm saying? It's going down in so many ways. A lot of times we are deprived of the ability to politically sum it up. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I told this one sister, I say, I don't see how you have a disdain for your father who's locked up, but you have reverence and respect for the white warden who locked him up. You know what I'm saying? And so the deal is, like Pac talked about with Dear Mama, he put his pain out there in an objective type of way. You know what I'm saying? That even though whether it be in Columbus, Ohio, or Chirac, or Detroit, or Cali, it may be different words and terms. But we all are being attacked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The deal is to find a common denominator. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is a piece I talked about.
That's what it's about.
I learned lessons through Chairman Fred. I learned lessons from your legend on what a man was supposed to be. A lot of times we just take it for granted. We just draw the foregone conclusion. These youngsters that come in, they know certain things we can do. You know what I'm saying? Even with horse breeding. With horse breeding, they say an orphan horse is a problem. They say because the horse has no way of looking at the horses before him on how to walk. You know what I'm saying? Stuff we take, you know what I'm saying? And the sister asked me one time, she said, well, how did you make out, Chairman, without with your father not being there? I say, I learned lessons from his legend on what a man was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? I studied that. I listened to the brothers around on garbage cans, burning the stick. You know what I'm saying? Half pounds of white pork. You know what I'm saying? And I studied. The state. I'm gonna give them credit too. To hear me out on this here. They also, with their position, the state who still shoots this tombstone up every year to this day. And you hear that? Let me read it again. Haynesville, Louisiana. His tombstone is still shot up annually You know what I'm saying? In Menard Penitentiary, if you get called a photograph of me or him, you get 6 months added to your sentence. They could see. I study all this. Real talk. You know, real talk. I study all this. I listened to him saying when I was locked up in the same Menard, he was held down in Menard. And he was in there in 1969. I was there in 1999. I listened to the war stories. You know what I'm saying? Cats called me deja vu. They told me, you on the same gallery. You on the same cell. So I studied that. And also in the community, I would take different, Marcus Garvey said, take what apply and let the rest fly. I would, you know what I'm saying? I would take our different brothers, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, not different, see, as colonized people, as oppressed people, we can't afford the luxury to look for absolutes. We look for this microwave meal, stuff be laid out perfectly, say, okay, this is this is that. When I read Sun Tzu, Out of War, I said, I learned about this from a cat named Michi when I was 12 years old. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so much, our communities are pregnant with potential. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can't afford the luxury to look for these conventional definitions. I would take stuff from different brothers in my community, different sisters in my community, you know what I'm saying? And to take the lessons up. You know what I'm saying? Lots, like, even with this, the core to this discussion right now. There are forces here who got resumes here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But again, a lot of times people are looking for this conventional definition. Well, I want to know where their degrees at. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats, you know what I'm saying? A lot of cats have learned American history from the same place that Malcolm learned it from, the ghettos and the prisons. You know what I'm saying? And though it might not be saying the terms that you're talking about. In fact, Stephen Biko with the Black Conscious Movement said that Black people in particular, but all oppressed people, must be able to distinguish intelligence from the ability to articulate.
Yes.
You have to be able to grasp the ability to distinguish intelligence from the ability to articulate. Chairman Fred had a knowledge he talked about. These sisters are from the free breakfast program. And the police would pull up on him and say, what's up with this breakfast program? He say, are y'all for capitalism? And sisters say, no, Chairman Fred said capitalism ain't no cool thing. The police said, well, what about this? What about socialism? Sisters say, well, you know what? I really can't debate with you on the words and terms. I was not clear on all that. And the police said, what about this breakfast program? The sisters say, dig, this was feeding my babies. If you were to mess with it, we'll blow your brains out. It was their program. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People are very intelligent. They may not can articulate all these different words and terms. It's really a basic language for all of us. You know
that's a great point. You know, that's something that was brought out yesterday at the summit, where you distinguish the difference between being able to actually do the work well versus the ability to present as if you're doing good work.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a disconnect there. You have people that are very good at marketing. You have people that are very good at talking the talk. But when it comes to walking the walk and engaging the actual people and actually showing genuine interest and knowledge of what's happening out here and whatever activity you're in, there's a disconnect. And so what happens is there's a growing distrust of that message. You know, one of the things I have issues with every now and then is I'll go to people and I'll bring some things up. And I've taken time to try to get better at presenting those things. And that actually, in some cases, hurts me because people are like, okay, he's presenting it so well, he must just be a fast talker. Oh, you're talking to these guys? Yeah, okay, he's making that up. So they don't even know how to recognize what's real versus what's fake because you have so many fake people out of here that are so good at it.
I mean, for me,
you can't distinguish the difference.
I had to learn because of where I came from and the environment and the individuals I was raised around. I had to learn to become articulate,
right? And
how to articulate my anger, how to articulate when I didn't understand something.
Yeah,
because I had I ain't gonna say a negative way to bring it across.
Yeah,
but it wasn't effective. I wasn't getting.
It wouldn't get you what
effective.
you wanted.
I wasn't getting the point across. It was like nobody understood me.
Right.
So I had to sit back and learn how to understand, like, wait a minute, you got to take this at a different approach. It took me to understand hood psychology before I understood my book smart psychology in school, because dealing with different individuals, different characteristics, different
it's called code switching. Yeah.
You know, I had to learn to be able to recognize, put it in this category and get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know, but coming from out the streets, I was making a wrong way of trying to get my point across. I did it with my actions, which was negative. And everybody's like, oh, he's just a bad kid. No, I was standing up for something I believe in and what I still believe in to this day. And that's why I'm not going to stop fighting. Like when OGs like Big Bro right here and Melvin and all them, when they failed, it was us who had to stand up and pick up the reins.
Unfortunately, we had some people who wasn't teaching us the proper way
Right.
to maintain them reigns in the proper light that they started this thing.
Right. Just perpetrating.
So now history has come full circle.
I'm not going to call it perpetrating. I think they just had their own selfish motives.
Yeah.
Eventually, selfishness. We got to call it selfishness. We went through.
Yeah, I agree.
Even in my neighborhood, Pittsburgh, we assumed the Crip nations and the Blood nations and the Latin King nations. We were far away from their origins. I'm in the city of Pittsburgh, so heavy gang influenced by major leaders came into our communities, not just false flagging, which we don't say out loud, not just false flagging, but men and women who legitimately functioned inside the bigger bodies came into our neighborhoods. They became selfish because what they were doing was expanding their financial brand. They're selling in our communities. That's where we got our work from, man. Stop playing these fucking games. When we out here working, that's where it came from. So we legitimately became selfish men and built our own individual empires. And the community that we started to help and police fell apart. And that's why our buildings in the streets in Detroit are tore up. And my neighborhood back in Northview Heights, we can't build anything anymore because we lost the control of the property we own. We owned that stuff. We physically owned these buildings. We gave it back to them for free after between 1969 and 1982, building up extremely high financial growth in Black communities. We gave it all away for free in the 90s. Every dollar of it. I
was in Point Breeze,
Point
Breeze, Pyrus, Frankstown.
Yes, sir.
Westgate, Eastgate Village. I understand where you're coming from, but it's in the same thing in Black communities with what they call regentrification now. But when I was growing up, it's called white flight.
Yes.
You understand? Liberty, and they moved all them houses, moved everything out. He was buying houses in Pittsburgh for $2,000-$3,000.
I still got a house back home.
Yeah, so the economics, we have to understand economics and what we have to do with our money and pooling stuff together for pennies. I remember in 1970, a dude put an advertisement in the paper. He says, if you send me 1 penny, I'll be a millionaire. Everybody laughed at that. And in a year and a half, this dude had $2 million.
Penny at a time.
A penny at a time, So we ask for big donations, but if we got a gang, a man told me in prison one time, a big shot is a little shot to keep on shooting.
Yeah.
So all we got to do is get little things from our people. And, oh man, if you can't give me $100, you ain't in.
Yeah, you're not legit.
But if I keep getting 5 from you every week, we can all be in.
We're gonna make it.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to have a collective community spirit
and some new ideas. Hey, I get food banks and I get music, but we got to find some other things to invest in our youth. I want to feed them, and we do the lunch program, we do the breakfast program, but we don't invest enough in technologies and commuter enhancement. Home commuter stuff. They get it in the community center, but when I get children that understand what actual app building is, there's a generation of white children that learn this in elementary school. So our children aren't even developing at the same rate as the rest of the children in the world. So I think we need new ideas that our youth are into.
And that's a great point because the stuff that's normal now, so to speak, middle and upper class. I work with some kids and I was teaching them through a STEM program. I was teaching them these girls in 10th grade software development. And they're well-to-do. Went to Northland High School. I think they graduated this year. But this was 2 years ago. I went there, man. I didn't realize. I just assumed. I didn't realize that none of them had computers at home.
Yes, sir.
I said, your parents don't even have a computer, laptop, nothing? They're like, no, we use the ones at the library and at the school.
At the school, that's it. He's right.
And I was floored. I know that there's a gap there, but I didn't expect these girls. They're well-to-do, doing well in school.
It's not being,
it's
not being taught to them on that. Let me finish, Mr. Chairman. It's not being taught to them on the family level.
Yeah.
Black families don't find the necessity or the need for a computer. It's for entertainment.
No. It's not that Black families don't find that, brother. It's some people, like in my community in Compton, right? Well, our school board this president of our school board spent $250,000 for school police for AK-47s, and don't no class have computers in.
100.
There's so many things we take. Man, I'm tag team with y'all real quick. There's so much stuff. No, you know what? Hey, there's so many. You know, the deal is, a lot of people can't relate to the condition. Like, okay, I'm glad you pointed about the computer contradictions. In Chicago or Chirac, cats be surprised about the amount of students that's homeless. Right. Homeless situation. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like even the Trayvon Martin case, Sister Rachel Gentile, she's the sister on stand. And people was laughing at her because she know to write in cursive.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the class arrogance. They don't understand. They don't teach that in schools no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, you need people in that respective community conditions to be able to relate with these forces. I'm just going live right now. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not computer savvy at all.
Yes, sir.
But the way you broke it down in layman terms, you said, okay, this, that. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And within a matter of minutes, you know what I'm saying? Now, as opposed to me to go to some institution, fill out some paperwork, so on and so forth. You got skills in our community. The children, they code with it. They code technology, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not validated and official by the system. You know what I'm saying?
It's the reason we built their multimedia room over for them. They were out and listen, kids are beautiful. Despite us being on our bullshit, they found a way with a radio and a microphone and whatever they did. They was trying to record themselves in a garage, bro.
And the state fighting to outlaw that right now.
Yeah.
So I think it's important too that we don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like you talk about the old information.
Yes, sir.
A lot of stuff like the breakfast program, a lot of us is getting mutated, this perverted information.
Yes, sir.
I was surprised, like even just here.
Yeah.
People who not familiar with the Black Panther Party. You real talk. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff we take for granted. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many bogus and counterfeit organizations and GMO government-made organizations that have been created to hijack the history. The Crips and Blood, you know what I'm saying? Now you gotta get the twisted history about these different street tribes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a procedure.
They don't call them tribes. They'll tell us that we come from African tribes of greatness and kings, but refer to our neighborhood tribes as criminal organizations.
This is not I understand. And if in prison, they got a program, they open a new prison, they pick certain individuals and place them there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so the young cats come in and they follow the lead. It's like in Iraq after George Bush Sr. after his tenure.
Right.
When I think over 78% of the population in Iraq, the population was under 17 years old. So you have a whole populace of people who do not know what happened before them.
That's
what
right.
I'm saying? You got cats that don't know what happened last week. Let's go to the 60s and the 70s. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's important. Again, we take it for granted. So we talk about the old information. A lot of cats get the information with the breakfast program and the sanitized version. We talk the Panther. Even right now, we go through struggles that catch on making movies and books. They'll grab these people who weren't even around. They're like going to the Super Bowl and interviewing somebody who's at the tailgate party. You know, real talk. Real talk. And asking them, well, how do you feel about this pass? You know what I'm saying? And they be all on the interviews, so you like, this dude wasn't in the huddle. Right. This dude wasn't even in the football game. That wasn't even a cheerleader. This is the tailgate party. When they come, you look at them different videos, you say, rewind, such is around. They be grabbing cats for the Panther Party. Right. I can tell you right now, on the mark this date, I can tell you right now, after I'm going to Revolutionary Happy Underground, they taking me out, whatever happened with me. I know with the Black Panther Party, because they'll be grabbing all these cats who ain't had nothing to do with us, raising up as spokesperson. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they grab the kinks in the armor, the weakest amongst the force. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's a war tactic.
And they highlight it. Yeah, that's what they highlight.
Genghis Khan of Mongolia, when he went through China, he didn't take it all to China. He got on certain forces, and he raised up the weakest forces. He got a podium. He was spokesperson. Relay the history of Chinese community to other people. That's what with the Black Panther Party. They grab people who want them to get out.
Yeah.
This person will be told such person. If they were sincere, they couldn't even relate it. You know what I'm saying?
But Chairman, just piggyback on what you were saying and how the breakfast program was started by the BBC.
Yes, sir.
But in California and all over the state,
yes, sir,
the school breakfast program came from the Black Panther Party, but they'll say it's the education department.
No doubt.
You get what I'm saying?
No
they rewrite
the WIC program.
And we be liberal about it. We say, well, no, sister told me what they say. Well, long as information got out. No. It's not just long as information. You got to cross the T's and dot the I's. You know what I'm saying? Like people was upset with me when Jay-Z did a song because Jay-Z was born December 4th, 1969. People was upset with me talking about you should be happy. He mentioned your father. He said, hey, listen, I said, you can't even, we ain't cut no corners. We went up on the stage. Corey said, no. He said, Fred Hampton died the same, something he'll rap. We said, no, Chairman Fred was assassinated. He wouldn't say Lyle Cohen. People in the Nazi Germany, they passed away. They gonna call it a Holocaust. They gonna call it what it is. So we gotta use brutal. We can't be liberal. We don't make a difference. No, you gotta cross them T's and dot them I's. Real talk.
Word is important.
Legacy. Once you start saying, okay, don't make a big difference. Even language. Speech writers will tell you when you say certain things, when you say it, when you don't say it, that impacts the whole spirit. You watch the news, you think it's coincidence? They mentioned 40 black people killed in Chicago at the end of the story, after the weather come first, the sports come first. It sends a message to you that you're not important.
Not important.
You know what I'm saying? So we pick up on it. There's been so much coverage about what's happening in London this morning. On London this morning, everybody has been seeing on the news about the terror that the people been getting London.
What happened in Manchester?
In Chirac?
Yeah.
I can't count. A calculator can't count how many, you know what I'm saying? I went to a funeral home on 100-something houses to do one funeral one Saturday. I end up in there all day. Yeah. Hey, Chairman, come speak to my cousin's funeral. Come speak to, you know what I'm saying? We started this something that's normal. That's what it's supposed to go. No, we got to come down to it. Use brutal terms and brutal realities. There ain't no justification.
Yeah, you gotta get to the speak.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no correctional concentration camp.
I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I want to connect. So, like when President Obama just released Oscar from the FLA, he come out a hero. People are questioning why he did what he did. Yeah. Because they went hard, they said, and he never got caught blowing up anything, never found guilty. But then what, almost 30 years. Half of his crew gets pardoned, he don't sign, because I'm not a criminal. Yeah. You took over my country. Yeah. I spoiled the war from Spain. Well, we'll get some. So Oscar come home, he finally get his day. If people agree or not in the Puerto Rican community, that's cool. I don't care where you sit and stand with the old school decision how he took care of business. Yeah. What I'm offended by, now they talking Puerto Ricans, the National Puerto Rican Association of Cops, the CEO's Puerto Rican Association, the Puerto Rican parade, the biggest Latino parade in New York City. Latinos are not going to march. They're going to protest the parade because Oscar's being honored. Let me tell you something, suckers. When a Puerto Rican in the blue uniform, and I'm not gonna go cops, seen a kid, 33 mothers lost their son to police violence when I was marching the streets. Not once did the Puerto Rican Correction Association, not once did the Police Latino Association, not once did the Christian Puerto Rican churches protest the damn parade. Not once did one police say, I will not march with the police this year because they killed kids and it wasn't justified because I'm a Latino. You motherfuckers marched with them. But Oscar can't march. Oscar can be honest after 45 years of standing for us, of saying y'all blowing bombs in Yankees, you're dropping chemical warfare on my people, and I just wanted to stop. You got the audacity in a parade now that only stands for Goya and these big corporate companies, and all you standing on the side waving your flags. I'm offended. I never been to my motherland. I went once. I want you to tell you can stop bullshit. These old people sacrificed their life, and a lot of them could be scared and not talking like a lot of them are doing. I just got a brother saying, you need to bring the old schools and us to the hood. We live in the hood. We have.
We own the only houses.
You motherfuckers don't come out to listen to us.
Everybody else paying rent, we own the house.
Right? No, but they don't. Right? How many times you walk in your streets?
All the time.
How many times for 2 years I've been going to New York to try to save my people? Yeah. And like Jesus in the Bible says, he stand on the mountain and wept. Because he said a prophet ain't recognized in his own town. These are your prophets. These are them. These are the fruit of your labor. Honor them. Respect them like your fathers and your loved ones. And you will learn the future is bright if you take this thing. It's not about hate. It's cops and anybody. It's about reality. Right? The reality of who we are and who they are. So you either going to stand on one side. Stop playing the middle. Oh, pigs, cops. all this, and then when we give you the mic after you insulted the pig, and say, what do you think? Oh, nothing. You gotta have something to say after the insult. You gotta show intelligence that you can tell them why you calling them a pig. You just can't spurt it out and then turn your back and run home and say, I got on Facebook, I'm part of a movement. Huh? You got that clip?
Enough of that.
I'm a gangster. I'm a gangster with 12 kings. Not one showed up to the center to get advice from me. So don't tell me you lost. You don't want to come on the road. You comfortable where you at. We not, and we're not going to let you rest till you come back home.
Just like yesterday, Tone, a lot of people kept asking me like, Black Seeds, you know, we trust you, we deal with you, cuz, but man, what's up with all these police? I said, check this. We don't sneak this. If I got something to say, I'm saying it to your face. Streets, cops, whatever. I don't believe in sneak dissing. I'm not gonna go out here and make a diss track because I don't like somebody. I'm not gonna go out here and parade in the club. Oh, I got beef with such and such, and when I see him and da 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 da. No, that's bitch made. So why not call these faggot ass cops out on their shit? We're saying it to your face. We got an issue with you. This is why we have an issue with you, and we're gonna fix this issue with you, or you're gonna get the fuck out the way. That's why these cops are here. They need to be addressed directly to their face. So they can't go back in their little offices and say, oh, we heard they said this, and we heard they said that, and we heard they want to do this, and we heard they want to do that. No, it's directly to them. So can't nobody go back and say that we did this indirectly. No, we went directly to the source. We give you an open invitation. We want you to hear what we got to say. Y'all need to hear it, because if we don't tell you that we have a problem with you, you're not going to know.
Right. And, you know, we don't want any secondhand information. It also gives, you know, it's all about dialogue. It gives opportunity for there to be a conversation. And like you said, Susan, not just some hearsay, she say, he say, they say, we say type stuff. It's like we have an issue, you bring it up to the person you have an issue with, and you do it respectfully, and you demand that they respect you. And here's the other thing, man. Here's the other part of it. And this was said yesterday. No one says when they go out to these shows, to these performances, and they have security, there's dozens of cops. They ain't doing say what they want.
Thank you, bro.
They doing say what they want.
He took the word. Listen to me. We all sat in the comments together. We were all there.
It's cops everywhere.
Surrounded by 250 armed police officers. Not one complained. We have 4 officers at the event. 4. The rest of them were outside. So
that was on purpose. That was on purpose.
You're going to go out here and wear your flag openly with your flag out, representing your set in front of all these police. You feel you representing yourself, but you won't come in front of your leaders of your actual nations and stand next to them while they stand up for you. That's the problem. That's the exact problem. I'm glad you got that, but we don't want to give these people. Y'all keep bringing up energy. Fuck them. I'm serious, man. Right. What we're doing is too important to continue to feed energy in the bad.
Because it's just noise, and it's, you know, when Martin Luther King, I think the greats, when they marched, they gave an ultimatum. They said, listen, this is what we want. This is why we want it. This is what's right. And justice and truth and righteousness dictates and demands that we do these things, that we march, that we resist, that we have peaceful protests, whatever, but that we abstain unless you give us these things. And when they didn't give them those things, they kept to their word and they did them until they were tired of it. Then they came back to the table. Let us give you 2 out of 5 things you asked for. No, we need 5 out of 5. All right, let me get 3 out of 5. Nope, we're about to go march again. Bye. That's what works. But these people see that and they just want to make noise, but they don't have any dialogue or conversation.
You have follow-up. Sean has follow-up.
Yeah.
The station has follow-up. The people we're speaking about are just pushing nonsense out into the universe. Seriously. None is not legitimately connected to anything, and it only causes us, you know, turbulence, and we trying to fly with something, right? So we got all this extra turbulence that we're being associated with. I fielded calls all day about them. I just did. People were asking me who's this and who's that and why we had the police there. We had the police there because they are.
Listen, at any event.
They are a part of the. I'm gonna say it. The police are a part of the community. They live in our communities too. They sharpen our communities too. We
all police don't wear uniforms.
Exactly,
either.
And we put them on
so
a pedestal.
regardless, there's gonna be that.
You're right. We put them on a pedestal. We say that this particular person has this position, and we treat them with more respect.
Yeah, treat them like regular people.
They're human
treat everybody
beings.
with
They're
respect.
human beings. You know, I don't mind another human being there doing his job while I'm doing mine.
Yeah.
Well, even if you're mad or not,
show.
they're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Well, Malcolm, even when he spoke, he addressed to everybody that he said we got enemies here.
Yeah.
And when you're doing something that we doing the way that we doing it, and we got these caliber of people here that's out here really doing the work, you gotta know that they're gonna be there. So why? I mean, it's a good war tactic to even have, you know what I'm saying, them there. Like, okay, we know you're gonna be here, so we're inviting you here to get some of this. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the other thing too, and I think I might get this wrong, but I think it might have been Abraham Lincoln. But I believe someone said, I believe it was Abraham Lincoln, do I not kill my enemy if he becomes my friend?
I ain't gonna go too far to say that they my friend. We know we clever.
They're not. I mean, I understand. They're
gonna be there.
If we're gonna use statistics, we talk about numbers and reality. We kill more of ourselves, and this is not to absolve or say that none of that stuff happens, none of it's wrong. But you know, we have to also address ourselves first. There's an order to things. You can, if we stop all police killings right now today. Let's say it all stops today. How many homicides would we have? What percentage of our homicides would that be in the black community?
You can't deal in absolutes because I can't say it's gonna stop because it's a system. It ain't just
no, I'm not saying it's gonna stop. I said, but let's, in theory, if it stopped today, we'd still be fucked up.
We're still a theory. We don't know.
I will openly disagree with that. Yeah. I think by destroying a young man at 13, you take away 40 years of hope. Opportunity and the ability
I agree with that.
For them to be whatever he is. And we're the only race that gets that particular group attacked. The rest of nations take care of their youth. They protect them, they school them, they keep them. We do a less effective job of that thing.
Yeah.
You know, we just do.
And you look at the Jewish community, they buy and sell to each other. And we used to do that. We used to do it better than them actually at one point.
The reason is
and they were hanging us then.
Black race functions with the
but we also control the education.
We also
and we control the
attack.
economics.
We also under attack. You can't everybody say like what other people doing.
We got economics and education.
He's right, but it's 40% of us, bro. Let's look at the top numbers. Only 40% of our race can sustain substantial financial period. That's it.
Yeah.
The other 60% of our race are below the poverty line. Not only below the poverty, they live in impoverished communities.
Yeah.
They work at jobs that have no growth and potential for anything more. So when you kill their generation, their 13-year-old son, who was supposed to take this family 20 years into the future past that, you eliminate that opportunity. So it's a little different. They're killing our start.
I agree with that on a micro level. On a macro level, we were getting hung and it was okay. We were getting shot and it was okay. And we were financially better then than we were now. And the big difference there is the community. If somebody acted up in a community, you know what I'm saying? If I threw a brick in a house on my street, you wouldn't have to call the cops. I might get 2 houses down and my ass is gonna get beat by every neighbor up and down the street.
You're legitimate, but we got a generation of children that don't care about themselves, sir.
Absolutely.
I don't know when it happened.
Absolutely.
But when you speak to them, they don't care about themselves. So we're
also the attack though from the state. You can't negate the attack.
It's not negating. I'm focusing on one thing versus another because we do a big black and white thing. We're not saying stop this.
It's the crab in the bucket
and don't stop that, or stop this and don't stop that.
The whole crab in the bucket.
You have to do the whole thing.
Talk about who put the crab in that bucket.
What's first?
And who made that bucket?
Absolutely.
Crabs don't belong in no fucking bucket. You know what I'm saying? So
you're right.
You put any other race of people in these conditions that you put us in, shit, you'd be amazed at what the fuck happened. That's why we so bad. We are beautiful people. And I like me being in this middle generation. I'm 37 years old. You know what I'm saying? When you say young, I don't know. I commend the attack that was going to the elder and the youth. I love them too because they still got the, you know what I'm saying, the spunk. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a war tactic to separate male, female, old, young, you know, always keeping us divided under the gate. The one thing, no matter what, you Christian, Muslim, Vice Lord, blood of Crip, you black at the end of the day, and that's what they attack you for. They don't give a fuck about nothing else.
I agree.
And you got to look at this, that most of the youth, I can speak for county, they're orphans. There's
no leadership.
90% of our kids that go to our school are in foster facilities. So these kids aren't they don't care. they're hurting.
Yeah.
Right.
And ain't nobody addressing that.
Yeah, and the thing with the
Our
foster
black
care
children
system, they're
are
moved
hurt.
around all the
And
time.
even, like I said yesterday, if my children, my sons had relied on me for manhood, they'd be sitting down to pee because the first 25 years, they mamas raised them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got mamas abandoning kids, dads going to prison, and granny, she tired.
Exhausted.
She's done everything she could, and the first batch she did was fucked up. So how could this other batch be anything other than that?
I said it on the stage yesterday. I hear a lot of people talking about there was a lot of police there. There's police everywhere. Yes, sir. When I went down to the Commons yesterday, you know how many police I seen? But it ain't stopped near a Negro there. They was deep. And every nigga was there shaking their ass, trying to look cute and be fine. Nobody's being proactive, everybody being reactive. These mamas is crying when their kids is dying. Daddies is talking shit, but ain't nobody in their life. So all that police shit, I'm tired of hearing that shit. Because a lot of these niggas, police, and they looking like us. So I get tired of hearing that shit. They snitching, they putting on uniforms, outfits that we wear, getting tatted, going to prison, coming out, ratting, sucking dicks, wearing tight jeans. That's police shit to me. You understand? If you a man, you always a man. And you don't have to have on no uniform to be verified as no real man. The other thing is we don't talk about what we really need to be talking about, and that's just racism, period. Guess what? I tell every young kid I come across, if you don't like the way the law is, get in there and change it. Don't run your mouth. Be about change. Get your license to carry and get in there and change it. So that means if we hate police, them same young kids who going to school, getting out, graduating, trying to be something. See, I know I can't get no kid no 5K1. See, I can't give them no SSI, no disability, but that job can. So if they decide to be police officers, am I going to hate them too? Am I going to hate a young brother who ain't done nothing wrong, who ain't been in the streets, and he decides to go in law enforcement or be a firefighter? And guess what? They take an oath just like we take an oath. I respect it because I want you to respect mine. I laid down and did my 20. And I want anybody who out there breaking the law, when they get in something, lay down on it, nigga, stand on it. So I don't just hate police, I hate anybody who do anything that ain't justifiable. So justifiable homicide, a kid killing another kid, black on black killing, I don't like none of that. Because that can be avoided. But I don't hear no niggas standing up. Because guess what? There's enough of us who's tired of it. We should be marching in Chicago right now. Ain't nobody marching in Chicago. Ain't nobody marching in California. New York. New York wasn't known for gang banging. Look what they doing now.
But they'll jump
Influence.
They'll jump on a plane to go to a concert.
You damn right. A damn entertainer come in your city and take all the money out your city.
Every day, actually once a week.
That's 100.
Yeah, no, that's 200. You know, that's kind of where we get into this, that we can't keep just giving energy to people saying they doing something for us. What are you doing for me?
I don't want to hear excuses from nobody.
Sir. Not one.
You know, my thing is to come out here and try to curb some of this violence. I'll address the police when the opportunity comes, and I also address them at the appropriate time. But before I address them, I got to address my people. I can't talk about what's going on in your house if my house ain't right. 100%. And this is the stage to start our cleaning up. See, this means each one teach one. I don't have no problem with checking a police officer or anybody else who do something wrong to my people. But my people got to quit wronging their damn self.
Period.
I put the event together with this brother for my people.
100%.
There was a lot of white people there. Very few of my people. But my people's downtown, Long Street, dancing on the bridge, at a concert on the other side of downtown, dancing in the park. What we got to be dancing about? All these people complain about police killing and they dancing?
Yes, sir.
What about us killing each other? And y'all still dancing, huh?
Kicking it.
Partying, drinking, everybody hanging at the wrong spots and wonder what's going on. But they wasn't at that spot. And I ain't mad at them because you can be where you want to be. But don't call me crying when little Pookie get his head blown off.
100%. That's
or your daughter get abducted.
Yep.
Because y'all wasn't with her.
Period. Because you was at a concert.
I'm Puerto Rican and black, and I stand for my people, period.
Yes, sir.
I love my people, and that means anybody who's trying to do right,
stand right and stand up. That's my people.
Period.
All that other shit is out the window with Sean Stevenson, Mr. In the Volume. And I choose to be Mr. In the Volume.
Yes, sir.
I didn't get a 5K room, Rule 35, government substantial. I laid down, did my 20.
Period.
But I can be back that gorilla they want to see now. And all these niggas who talk that gorilla talk, they ain't like that.
Not even a little bit.
Because all these niggas getting these murder cases right now, I go to the courthouse all the time.
That's why when your young man asked me a question, I told him I would take care of it. And I took care of it. The reason I did it, because I do have a different influence over the situation.
Right.
And if they want to make a decision to interrupt your business, regardless of what you're doing, I see it a different way.
And not being willing to talk.
The women who was complaining. Yeah. I didn't see them at none of them parties trying to break that shit up. You see what I'm saying? I didn't see them at that party trying to break none of that shit up.
You're right.
Yeah.
All I seen was tits, ass, and alcohol getting passed.
Everywhere.
You know, and if everybody got a problem with what's going on.
And here's a legitimate look at it. I did business with Rakim. I
know Rakim from back in the 80s.
Tell him again. This is a person we have been conducting business with since he broke the music industry. He's not with what's going on down there, but he's a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So even though he's down there entertaining and trying to entertain people, we as a community know what's wrong. So it's not for him not to come do a rap show. It's for us to go to both events. We could have legitimately packed that other building out and took our ass down there and danced, because that's okay too.
See, the other problem is that we compete with one another instead of building with each other.
Thank you, sir.
See, if we communicate, which that's what it started, the dialogue to communicate, we know what's going on and what side of town, what time is going on. So we'll learn not to crash each other's parties or get together.
Yep.
But don't come and talk about it was a lot of police there. I know who they are, so I know what I can do, what I can't do.
2 of them officers I speak to every day on Parsons Avenue.
Hey, listen,
real shit.
Probably working with the people.
Yeah, but the same niggas who talk about too many police, yeah, they be shooters. But when they get downtown, because I tell everybody, go to the courthouse. Go to the courthouse and see how your man do. Matter of fact, go down there and get his record. Look at his record, and then ask for his sentencing or the comments on his sentencing. And it'll tell you about what they do.
Period.
You know, I was told at a meeting, Sean, you know, would you please not be so hard on people we flip or who work for us?
Why?
No, but guess what? I said, oh, I won't say nothing to your workers. Don't say nothing to mine. That's what I told them. See, I keep everything on the table. I don't do no slick undercover shit.
100%.
I tell them y'all rather be with me than against me. See, because if I come out here and all these niggas who say they gang members and thorough, they ain't. My son downtown right now got found guilty 2 murders. I was gone. I didn't see none of these niggas trying to take my son under his wing when I was doing that 20.
Yes, sir.
Talk about they here to help. I ain't see none of that. So I don't want to hear that shit. And I tell anybody who tell me they out here with their boots tight and grass on the ground and they foot on the ground and working with these young people, because they ain't. I'm out here every motherfucking day. Every night, I get calls all day long. I don't even get to sleep. I can't even have no life my damn self. But you know what? I signed up for it because I made a promise with my dude. And I ain't going to break that for nobody. My word is all I got.
I feel you, brother.
So all that shit these niggas is talking about, police and all that. Worry about them police in your community that look like you, nigga.
Yeah, and get back to the point and trying to make sure that we reinforce Sean's point is that stop complaining, flat out. If you're not legitimately doing something to improve our situation, stay the fuck out of our way, because we are going to run over top of you. I was very polite, like I told you I would be. I would address it, but I was going to address it in a professional manner. Period. Stop. It was a planned interruption. I'm sorry.
It was, yeah.
I'm tired of it. Like, I've been trying to beat around the bushes for 2 days. Somebody set that up, man, and we trying to do something. So I'm gonna address them. I don't care about their little girlfriends or whatever it is. I'm gonna address the people I know did it. If you sent those people down there to interrupt what we were doing, we're going to address you. You can take that any way you want. But this is my brother who is doing this.
And really, that was
Black C's called me. Seriously, bro.
That was the wrong venue.
Black C's called me. This person has been there with me in the streets, in a building in prison, in a studio, and that anus up north. Real shit. Yeah. He is a legitimate part of my life. Yeah. And he told me to come here so I can give my influence and whatever I can bring to the table to this situation.
Absolutely.
So I observed from that, was a third party. and it was absolutely orchestrated, bro. Straight up. And we got to address it from that perspective. We can't keep infighting and causing our own problems.
Well, the good thing is I knew about it after the fact, because if I'd known at the time, I have no problem coming down off a stage, put my foot in a nigga's ass, bitch's ass. I don't give a fuck about that.
Yes, sir.
You get in my way, you're getting crushed. And if they want to see that side, all they got to do is put me on the line and tell me who it is and get with me, and I'll meet them wherever the fuck they want. Because I'm that nigga for real.
Yes, sir.
These my niggas. And when I bring somebody to this city, they going to respect it.
The whole time.
Motherfuckers. Let's go, man.
Right on. Get out of here. Serving the people, serving the history. I want to say this. I know a lot of times people take the position that you dig, the tree falls in the forest, and nobody hear the tree fall or not. Of course, the tree fell, whether you heard it or not.
It made a loud ass noise.
It's things happening.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? In Chicago, Chirac, Cali. You know what I'm saying? And again, I want to not to be ego driven, but just for the resume. For future generations, the stuff that's happening, resistance is happening. You know what I'm saying? I want the triple C's every Saturday out there in the community, children's community clubs. And again, if you look for those publicized, this ain't no safe information. You know what I'm saying? But again, we got to take the position to keep on putting it out there that resistance is happening. But people need this for inspiration. They have a prototype, a template to say, okay, I got to get out. Organize this happen. Resistance happen.
All right.
Hey, check us out too. Fremont Radio every Wednesday, y'all.
Every Wednesday.
All right. So that's Fred Hampton from Chicago.
You guys, hey Fred, make sure y'all text me that so we can add that to the rest of the information. Yeah, I got you.
Yep. So we gotta run here shortly. We gotta get these guys to the airport. Hey man, thank you so much for having us on here, having some real dialogue. Yeah, man, this is what needs to happen, man. This is what needs to happen here. So again,
this is your spot when you need it.
Yeah, for sure, man. You got the Safe Passage Summit. First one of many. Folks from LA, DC, New York, Chicago coming together. Bloods, Crips, Representative GD, Vice Lord, Chicago, Latin Kings. All right, get with us. We gave you all the information the other day. We're going to have some more events. Pick it up. We want to put our people to work so we can take some pride in what they do. Again, this is ETV and the Violence. This is Ephraim Lathley with Sean Stevenson and company. And, hey, we out.
Hey, yo, man, you remember that shit Easy did a while back? Motherfucker said wasn't gonna work.
Boy, that was crazy shit.
Yeah, the stupid shit, man.
Dope.
Hey, yo, Easy. Hey, man, we should come off the piano for a minute, man, and bust this crazy shit.
Woke up quick at about noon. Just thought that I had to be in Compton soon. I gotta get drunk before the day begins, before my mother starts bitching about my friends. About to go and damn near went blind. Young niggas at the pad throwing up gang signs. Ran in the house and grabbed my clip with the Mac 10 on the side of my hip. Bailed outside and pointed my weapon. Just as I thought, the fools kept stepping. Jumped in the foe, hit the juice on my ride. I got front and back and side to side. Then I let the Alpine play. Bumping new shit by NWA. It was gangster at the top of the list. Then I played my old shit. It went something like this. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the bitches, slapping the hoes. Went to the park to get the scoop. Knuckleheads out there, cold shooting some hoops. A car pulls up, who can it be? A fresh El Camino rolling Kilo G. He rolled down his window and he started to say, it's all about making that GTA. Cause the boys in the hood are always hard. You come talking that trash, we'll pull your car. Knowing nothing in life but to be legit. Don't quote me, boy, cause I ain't said shit.
Get the fuck out!
JD is on freebase. The boy JD was a friend of mine till I caught him in my car trying to steal an Alpine. Chased him up the street to call a truce. The silly motherfucker pulls out a deuce. Little did he know I had a loaded 12 gauge. One sucker dead, LA Times front page. Cause the boys in the hood are always hard. You come talking that trash, we'll pull your car. Knowing nothing in life but to be legit. Don't quote me, boy, cause I ain't said shit. Bored as hell and I wanna get ill, so I went to a spot where my homeboys chill. The fellas out there making that dollar. I pulled up in my 6'4" Impala. They greet me with a 40 and I start drinking. And from the 8-ball, my breath starts stinking. Left to get my girl to rock that body. Before I left, I hit the Bacardi. Went to her house to get her out of the pad. Dumb hoe said something that made me mad. She said something that I couldn't believe, so I grabbed the stupid bitch by a nappy ass weave. She started talking shit, wouldn't you know? Reached back like a pimp, slapped the hoe. My father jumped up and he started to shout, so I threw her right across and knocked his old ass out. Cause the boys in the hood are always hard. You come talking that trash, we'll pull your car. Knowing nothing in life but to be legit. Don't quote me, boy, cause I ain't said shit. I'm rolling hard now under control. Then wrapped the 6'4" around a telephone pole. I looked at my car and I said, oh brother, I throw it in the gutter and go buy another. Walking home and I see the G ride now. Cat is driving, Kilo on the side. As they busted a U, they got pulled over. An undercover cop in a dark green Nova. Cat got beat for resisting arrest. He socked a pig in the head for ripping his guest. Now G is caught for doing the crime. Fourth offense on the boy, he'll do some time. Cause the boys in the hood are always hard. You come talking that trash, we'll pull your cart. Knowing nothing in life but to be legit. Don't quote me, boy, cause I ain't said shit.